You might think you're just scrolling through Reddit or Googling where you want to go to for lunch. Nah, you're being watched, profiled, tracked, and not just by the government. Data brokers, ad companies, and even random creeps are watching your digital footprint grow by the second. But what if you could make it really hard to find you? Let's talk about how to disappear online in 2025 without having to fake your own death or move to a cabin in Montana somewhere. Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Josh from KeepItTechie. And do you ever feel like privacy online is just gone? Like, no matter what you do, somebody's always got eyes on you? Yeah, I've been there. But today, we're not going full Hollywood hacker. We're talking about what it really takes to be hard to trace online. Now, let me keep it real. Untraceable doesn't mean invisible. You can't beat the NSA with VPNs or vibes. What you can do is raise the cost of tracking you. You could definitely make it expensive, make it annoying. And so we're talking privacy, anonymity, and OPSEC, which stands for operational security for the folks new to this. And this video's goal is to help you build habits and use tools that make surveillance and profiling not worth the trouble. So let's get into it. Now, first up, your device, your laptop, or your phone is snitching on you even before you go online. You got your MAC address, Bluetooth beacons, factory bloatware. It all leaks information. And so here's what you could do. You can grab a cheap burner laptop from eBay or OfferUp or that sketchy pawn shop down the street, but make sure you pay cash for it. Then you want to wipe it clean. And I'm talking nuke and reinstall. Kill any telemetry services. If you could flash it with a lightweight Linux distro, that would be the best. Also, make sure you change the device host name and MAC address. There are tools like Mac Changer or Network Manager. They make it super simple, and I've done videos on those tools in the past. Now, you can also use OpenWRT or a Tor box router to pipe your traffic through something anonymous before it hits the web. And remember, your device is the foundation. If it's compromised, then it's a wrap and it's not worth the trouble. Now, let's talk about the OS. If you're running Windows or Mac OS and talking about privacy, I really hate to break it to you, but you're already leaking like a busted pipe. Here's what you should use instead. The first one I recommend is Tails OS. This allows you to boot from a USB and it doesn't leave a trace on the system. Everything that you do on the system routes through Tor when it comes to the internet. And it's great for quick and anonymous sessions. Now, another option is Hunix. And one cool thing about Hunix is if you want persistent use, it's two VMs. One is a Tor gateway and the other is your workspace. Now, lastly, I want to cover Cubis OS. And this is for those nerds like me. And what it is a compartmentalized virtual machine. So your work stays in its lane and your personal life stays in its own lane. And the key here is isolation. Don't boot into privacy mode and then log into your real Facebook. You're basically defeating the whole purpose. What's up, y'all? If you've been watching my channel for a minute, you already know I stay talking about Linux. And if you're looking for a solid, reliable enterprise Linux distro, let me put you on to Rocky Linux. This is the go-to replacement for CentOS, and it's built for the community, by the community. It's got everything you need for a stable and secure Linux experience, whether you're running servers, home labs, or enterprise workloads. And the best part, it's backed by CIQ, making sure it stays rock solid for the long haul. So if you're tired of these companies pulling a plug on your favorite distros, Rocky Linux is where you need to be. And I've covered Rocky Linux before, and trust me, it's worth checking out. So head over to rockylinux.org to learn more and get started. Keep it techie. Peace. All right, so the next layer is your IP address. This is like your phone number on the internet. And so trackers love it. So I recommend getting a VPN. So Malvad, Proton, iVPN, any of these are solid. And make sure you pay with crypto or maybe a gift card if you're serious about it. And then also Tor. Make sure you route your traffic through multiple nodes. It's a little bit slower, but solid for privacy. Now, there's another option out there for you, and that's proxies. It's less secure, but it's good for scraping or region testing. Now, quick pro tip, try chaining them. So like use your VPN and Tor or vice versa. And you can even rent a VPS, set it up as a proxy and bounce through that. You can also use Monero or Bitcoin to pay for it, and boom, you've added another wall of security. Now let's get into the psychological stuff, and that's OPSEC. Your tools might be tight, but if you post on Reddit like, yo, I'm in Dallas and I love orchard and iced coffee, congrats, you just doxed yourself. So a couple of things I recommend you do is don't reuse usernames or email addresses. Don't write the same way. Stylometry is real. People can trace you just by how you type. You can also use alias emails with Proton Mail, Tuta, or simple login. Now, another thing you can do is use Signal or Session for messaging, and don't connect it to your main phone number. Like I said a little earlier, compartmentalization is key. Have a mental firewall between your real identity and your alternate. And discipline is everything. Privacy isn't a one-time install. It's a habit that you have to get used to. Now, let's cover browsers. And this is where most people slip up. You're on a VPN, but your browser is shouting out your screen size, the language, the fonts. You can fix that by using Firefox Harden with OrkinFox, user.js, or switch to LibreWolf. That's another good option. I also recommend Brave as well as Vivaldi. Those are good options as well. And each one of these has all these add-ons that I want to list out for you. So make sure you use uBlock Origin, Canvas Blocker, and Privacy Badger. You definitely want to put those on whatever browser you choose to use. Now, let's say you want to level up. Then you want to use a virtual browser like Chasm Workspaces, or spin up a remote VPS and browse through that. Also disable WebRTC, JavaScript where you don't need it, and use containers to isolate tabs. I know it's tedious, but it definitely works in helping you preserve some of your privacy. Now, I'm sure you heard encrypt everything, but let's go deeper. Make sure you turn on HTTPS always. Most sites do it now, but you want to make sure you turn it on. And messaging, Signal, and Session both use end-to-end encryption, but metadata still leaks, like who you messaged, when, how often. So you really want to be aware of that, as well as email. Use PGP or at least Proton Mail to Proton Mail, and also randomize your behavior. Don't always email your alt at 9 a.m. on a dot, because a pattern equals a fingerprint. And remember what the former CIA director said, we kill people based on metadata. I mean, let that sink in. Now, do you know how most people get caught? It's with sloppy habits. Like, do you guys remember the Silk Road? Well, that dude reused his Reddit handle. And many leaks happen because someone logged into their real Gmail on their Anon device. Also, don't use your real phone for two-factor authentication. Don't use real-life slang that links back to you. I mean, OPSEC isn't a weekend cosplay, it's a lifestyle. You can't be half private. Either you commit or you leak. So what can you start doing today? Here is somewhat of a privacy starter pack. I recommend you guys go down and get Brave or Firefox with uBlock, as well as OrkinFox tweaks. If you want to use Firefox, get your VPN like Malvad, pay anonymously, Signal or Session for messaging, Proton Mail or simple login for email, Tor browser for sensitive browsing. Don't reuse usernames, logins, emails. Try Tails or Hunix just once, just to learn. I mean, there's no need to go full ghost mode overnight. Start small, build the habits. Now look, I'm not saying you need to hide from the feds, but between the advertisers, scammers, stalkers, and flat out nosy, having strong digital hygiene is just smart. You don't have to be invisible, just hard enough that it's not worth the chase. So take one step today. Harden your browser, use Signal, spin up Tails, and play around, then keep going. And if you need help, I got walkthroughs coming on Tails, burner setups, and even building your own privacy router. Because I've done it in the past, I just need to do some updated videos. So make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment if you have any questions, and subscribe to the KeepItTechie channel. where I teach you how to take back your tech. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And of course, keep it techie. Peace. Yo, what's up, y'all? Listen, if you've been sitting there thinking about making a move, let me tell you, tech is where it's at. I don't care where you coming from, whether you've got a degree, a GED, or just pure hustle. There's room for you in this game. You see, tech is more than just keyboards and code. It's solving problems, creating opportunities, and building the future. You already have what it takes because tech doesn't care where you start. It cares where you're willing to go. You can teach yourself Linux, learn Python, break into cybersecurity, or even launch your own app. And the resources are out here for free. And yes, you heard me, free. Now, yeah, it's gonna take effort. You'll have to grind, but think about this. The time is gonna pass anyway. So why not invest it in a skill that'll change your life? I mean, tech doesn't just pay the bills, it opens doors to freedom, stability, and generational wealth. So stop doubting yourself, start small, stay consistent, and keep building. Because this isn't just a career, it's a movement. And guess what? You belong here. So let's get it, because the future is yours to build. Keep it techie.